with Pat Egan. What's going on there, Patrick?
Hello.
Hi, Pat.
All right, some guys have all the luck, right? Some guys have espresso machines. Other recently took their success and moved to the burbs with a bidet and a 75-inch TV.
I don't have the bidet yet.
Others have wives. I'm not naming anyone specific. Others have wives that buy them pie. All right, just some guys, right? They have all the luck.
All the luck.
Samir Mazaham from Michigan is one of those guys. Now, he doesn't have an espresso machine or water cleaning his butt or even a pie. He doesn't have those things yet.
Okay.
But they're coming because Samir won the lottery twice. Samir bought a ticket via the lottery app and was plugging in family birthdays, but he forgot to save the birthdays as one of his favorite numbers to make it easier for the next time he bought a ticket. So he signed back in, put the numbers in again, but then he realized that he accidentally bought the same ticket twice. Now, initially, he was a bit annoyed because he just spent $2 that could totally be used to buy a pretzel or something.
Oh, so annoying.
Yeah, but, that mistake paid off to the tune of $2 million. Because the numbers hit, Samir called up his boss to alert him of his newfound wealth. Samir says he plans to buy 2 espresso machines, a house in the suburbs with a non-haunted sex swing, and pie. And with the holidays coming up, he knows just what pie he wants.
Pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving? Yeah, I'll bang that.
Yeah, so Samir is kind of thirsty, but money quenches that thirst for a lot of people, and here's hoping that Samir's one of them.
Are you attempting to fit as many show references in one all the take segment?
That's just one of the takes. There's more to come.
Yeah, that's all good. Now, the lottery is supposedly like a curse and stuff because you go broke.
Yeah.
But if you win twice, does that mean you won't go broke?
Sure.
Like, people don't do well with instant riches.
Yeah. No.
Some people do.
And you don't need to win the
Half of
lottery
them-
to
yeah.
get your butt clean with a bidet. You just need like $40 in an Amazon account.
Is that what it is, $40?
Yeah, 45
I think
maybe.
I'm getting one. I'll just tell you
Do
right
it.
now, I'm not going to have our boy, probably my cousin Gottner, install the thing. I'll tell you that much.
All right, well, Antonio Brown did not sign with the Seahawks at first originally thought. Brown signed with the Bucs offense that clearly needs it. Now, they struggled to put up 50 this week, beating the Raiders 45-20. So the Bucs now have Brady, Godwin, Evans, Gronk, O.J. Howard, Fournette, and now Brown.
It's like, who do I throw to?
And Ronald Jones also.
Yeah, he's good at running the football.
It's all right, though, because we got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Yeah.
Why did you have to do that?
What do you mean, why did I have to do that?
Mention him.
He had a catch.
8 yards.
Really
It was
good
a nice
block.
catch.
A
8
really good
yards.
block.
All right,
Can't get those 8 yards
he's
back.
the best blocking wide receiver on the team. What do you want? You want DJ Metcalf?
DK.
Get real.
Yeah. Well,
or
here's-
DK.
Wow,
Yeah.
he can run 90 yards and tackle somebody.
I would take somebody named DJ Metcalf as well. DK, DJ, doesn't matter.
I think that's his brother. He's coming up out of school next
Yeah,
time.
pick any letter out outside of D.
I have been saying it all morning. We've been talking about DK Metcalf taking J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's job. We've been looking at it all wrong. He could take Nate Gary's job, and then we'd be happier people.
Yeah, he can take Alex Singleton's
Did you
job,
see
though.
the way he ran down?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I was watching the game last night thinking, like, it's so easy for that offense.
He ran like, who's Terminator's opponent? Was that the T2?
The T-1000?
Or T-1000?
Yeah.
He ran like that, chasing him down.
Are you talking about
Yeah,
Stone
it did
Face
look
guy?
like that.
Yeah, I
The
think
guy that absorbed the bullets?
Yeah, his opponent.
I think he hit 22 or 23.
Over 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but-
almost as fast as Daniel Jones.
But once
That is-
again.
What did Jalen Rager run at?
He was close to 22, too.
22, yeah.
But once again, he can't block like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
If you say his name one more time, I'm going to vomit.
Arcega. Do it. It'll be good for the show.
Yeah.
Now, while the Bucs offense got a much-needed boost, the team that could actually use him is the Texans, all right? Chip Kelly, Bill O'Brien, did a number on that franchise, like, trading a ton of high draft picks and then sending one of the best receivers in football to the Cardinals for the #1 pick in every fantasy draft back in 2017. Now, shockingly, none of those moves really worked out, and O'Brien was ousted. But O'Brien gets to go home and receive a paycheck. J.J. Watt can't really do that. He's stuck on a 1-6 team and is probably a little annoyed after losing to the Packers 35-20. But he's a team leader, so unfortunately, he's tasked with answering stupid media questions after the game.
AJ, what's it like chasing Aaron Rodgers and getting close to him and then find out he's already completed a great pass down the field?
What do you think that's like? Not great.
Yeah, so that was Exhibit A to stupid questions.
What do you
Love
think?
it. Love
He
it.
went further though, just breaking down the game and just stating straight facts.
At the way Rodgers played today and compare it to the ways you'd seen him play earlier and it's when you guys played against him.
He played very well today.
What did he do that made him play well?
Threw the ball to the receivers and they caught it.
JJ doesn't sound happy.
Yeah, now that's that kind
And
of
your
insight.
disdain for beat writers gets on my nerves.
No, that's a lazy question. What is it? How does it feel? It's what he said. How
That's
does
a
it
lazy
feel?
question, and I would have been embarrassed to be in there.
Mark,
Yeah,
you got any popcorn?
Sit
back and watch the show.
Bob, I have no problem with beat writers who ask meaningful questions. I just hear a lot of stupid questions a lot of times for the sake of asking questions. That was a prime example of it. But the insight that JJ gave me, I as a fan, I love and I appreciate.
good insight.
Pray for
He
JJ.
threw the ball, and they caught it.
It's a fact. That's what made him.
That's great.
Find the lie, Bob.
That's what made him
Oh, no, I'm
effective.
not. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
All right.
well, hold on a second. Do you guys ever put yourself in the place of the player? Like if they had to answer questions?
Yeah, a lot of them are I do it all the time.
I mean, honestly, before I ask a player a question, I usually put myself like, all right, hold on. Well,
How would I answer this?
That's why I hate, one of my biggest pet peeves for media is talk about it's like,
Oh, yeah. I don't have a question for you, but you have to speak so I can use your
Yeah.
quote in my story.
Hey, talk about the touchdown.
Yeah.
It's worth 6
How
points.
exciting was that?
Yeah.
The first
But
ever.
I like the walk us through. Hey, walk us through on what happened. I enjoy that one because that makes them tell the story
Yeah.
and still give you the quote without giving us a command, like really giving a command.
Not as much of an out
yeah,
for
can
them.
you walk us through the play where this happened? Yeah.
The first ever time I was ever in a locker room, it was the Flyers and Canucks, and the Flyers won 2-1, and the beat writer for the Canucks walked up to one of the guys and said, "How tough is it to play this hard and lose?"
Uh-huh.
And I thought, God, that's a lazy question. The guy answered it what you thought. He went to 4 more players and asked the same damn question.
That's good.
And I was like,
he was
that's,
writing a nice
that's
piece.
a guy who's really
How
earning his
disappointed
paycheck.
are you in today's
Yeah.
loss? How
No,
excited
no.
are you?
I don't really care. I'm getting a paycheck. All right, we'll move on. Now, not sure if you guys are aware, but the Eagles are playing the Dallas Dumpster Fires this weekend, right?
Cowboy Week.
Now, sure, Cowboys fans will point out that they're tied for second place, and the Eagles aren't a good team either, but the Cowboys are doing Eagles fans a favor. They're a reminder to Birds fans that it always could be worse. Now, we talked last week about how the then first-place Cowboys were unraveling with players questioning the new coaching staff. And Mike McCarthy, he took his opportunity this weekend to question his team yesterday. After the Cowboys got boat raced 25-3 by the football team, McCarthy was asked about the way his team responded to his quarterback, Andy Dalton, getting knocked out of the game thanks to a hit that even Jadeveon Clowney would probably call dirty. Well, McCarthy didn't hold back, saying, quote, "We talk all the time about playing for one another. It's not the type of response you want to see. This obviously impacts the Eagles as they could be set to face Ben." You want to say his last name, Mark? Ben?
Ben DiNucci
There you go. He was slinging darts yesterday. He went 2 for 3 for 39 yards. He's a player.
was sacked 3 times.
But it got me thinking that if Dalton can't go, if you're the Cowboys, would you sign Josh McCown from the Eagles practice squad?
Ooh, no, I wouldn't. Because
Yeah,
at this
no.
point, I'll just say, what am I? Well, okay, I'll basically tank it as the Cowboys, get better draft picks, call it a season.
Okay. To play devil's advocate, though,
Yes.
do you think Jerry Jones thinks that his team's still in it?
No, I don't.
Like, this is the game.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you think he's still? You think
Well,
his team
they-
is on fire right now?
No. I'm not saying that at all. But if he gets on his phone and looks at the standings and says, "Oh wow, we have as many wins as the team in first place,"
Right.
Yeah, I think he's looking to say, "I want to win this division."
Oof. If he's looking to fire that coach already and admit the mistake, I think I'll say this. I think Jerry Jones knows when a coach has lost the locker room, and I think one of the reasons he kept Jason Garrett for as long as he did, one, it was his boy. The other is because I think the players in that team really liked Jason
Yeah, he
Garrett.
didn't lose the locker room. Good
Right,
point.
but this guy has lost the locker room almost immediately.
It's awesome.
And I never thought Mike McCarthy was a good hire. I don't think he's a good coach.
No, I remember we pooed on it at the time.
At the time, but I didn't think he was this bad. I didn't think he was like
Lose the
instantly
locker room.
leaving, whether it's Aaron Rodgers' credit or his. Regardless, whoever gets credit for it, I thought a Super Bowl ring would carry some weight in the locker room. Not so much.
No, they don't care.
Not so much.
All right, I want to go back into a time machine for a second. It's December 16th, 2007. The Eagles are in Dallas for their Week 15 matchup. And as you guys know, Week 15 is usually most people's fantasy football championship. championship. Now, since the Eagles had some good players, some owners actually had Eagles on their team and were hoping that the Birds player could bring them a championship. And arguably the biggest weapon that year was running back Brian Westbrook, who you can actually hear today when he joins Mike Missinelli at 4 p.m. Westbrook had a pretty good day with 81 rushing yards, but he was kept out of the end zone. Or should I say, he decided to stay out of the end zone.
The Cowboys are out of timeouts. So the Eagles will keep it on the ground and run it with Westbrook. And that will watch Westbrook take a seat at the 1, and they'll just hang on to the football and let the clock run down.
Now, sure, right, the ultimate selfless move by B. West, but the ultimate FU move to millions of fantasy owners.
Right.
One guy who clearly wasn't watching the Eagles come back, or the game back in 2007 and didn't have fantasy implications was Todd Gurley. Gurley and the Falcons were looking to get their second win of the season yesterday and were in line to do so. But they were down 2 with a minute left. Gurley busted through the line of scrimmage only to realize the Lions were about to let him score. But it was too late because Gurley's momentum propelled him into the end zone, unable to pull a Westbrook, and the Falcons took a 22-16 lead. But still, right? I mean, there's a minute left in the game. Lions need a touchdown. There's no way, right?
Hesitates, throws, touchdown, Lions! And T.J. Hawkinson.
So, while Westbrook cost some owners a championship, Todd Gurley might have kept actually some teams alive, the Atlanta Falcons not being one of them.
Yeah, that has to be one of the worst ways to lose ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored a touchdown and it cost his team a win. And then on the touchdown that the Lions get, they get a unsportsmanlike conduct or something, so it moves the extra point back 15 yards. So it gave it a little something, but they still got it.
Wasn't there also a very ssimilar play in the Penn State game before the real controversial play? I thought there was supposed to be a touchdown. The kid ended up breaking the plane and then stopped short of the tried to run back out of the end zone, essentially.
I didn't watch that game, so
Okay.
I can't tell you.
It was a funny play. It reminded me of the Westbrook play. I thought that's originally what you were referencing, Pat. But, you got to be smarter at the end of the game. Keep your head on a swivel, as they say.
Did he cost anybody in here money when he made that play?
Who, Westbrook?
Westbrook, yeah.
No, but I was with a guy who had him on his fantasy.
Yeah,
I watched that game.
It had implications in my league, too.
So this is actually how good of a guy
Yeah,
Brian.
it was Penn State. Sorry, it was Penn State. They were up 21-20, and he scored the touchdown with, I think, 2 minutes left instead of just stopping short of the end zone.
Yeah, but he's trying to get drafted, so I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I just completed a trade for Todd Gurley in my fantasy football league. Just
Yeah,
now. How do you like that?
because he's a touchdown machine. I don't blame you.
Even when they don't need him to score, he scores.
You guys know I'm a big nacho guy. I watched that game that Westbrook took the knee at the 1 with the lead cook of a local Chili's. And I just happened to reference Chili's.
I like Chili's, yeah.
Chili's, yeah.
Chili's,
Chili's, yeah. Right,
Talking
we
to
have one right
Chili's
here.
number one fan.
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
I can get down with some
I
Chili's.
said, and he mentioned, I work at Chili's. I go, you know what I really love at Chili's? I gotta say, the greasy nacho chips, the tortilla chips, as I like to call them, they're delicious. And he whips out a giant bag of the chips that he ganked from the kitchen.
When you say whipped out, like they were in his back pocket or something?
He had a little cooler next to the chair he was sitting in.
Nice.
An emergency stash.
And he zipped that thing and
For
boom,
just such an occasion.
threw it at me, and I was like, oh my God! It was like Christmas, man.
This is how good of a guy, though, B. West is. So this was probably 2 or 3 years ago, and he cost one of the guys in my league the championship by doing that, and this guy ended up winning finally after 3 or 4 years. And I saw B. West in the halls, and I was like, hey, man, I explained the story. I was like, do you mind just, sending him a congratulations video? Like, I'll film it. And he was like, yeah, no problem. And he filmed it, and the guy told me, that's better than me actually finally winning a championship. Let's get Brian Westbrook congratulating me. All right, we'll move on. Okay, so this story actually took place in 2018, but it took place in Ireland, and apparently the fax machine got jammed up, and the press just found out about it. So bear with me.
Well, there's a time difference, too.
There is a time difference. That's correct.
Right.
Now, being a drug mule is a tough job. It's similar to being an update anchor with slightly more stress, but also slightly bigger paycheck.
Oh, did you guys ever watch Locked Up Abroad? Where they
Yes.
would focus on drug mules?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you got to stay local.
I went to Peru after I saw that. But anyway,
Now,
what do you got?
Honestly, the job is pretty simple for the most part. You take something from one place, you deliver it to another, and the bosses, or cartel boss, as we call them in the industry, know that this job is pretty straightforward, but it's also an important one. Once again, it's just like doing sports updates. So, when a drug mule messes up, Pablo Escobar tends to get annoyed, and especially when the package is worth $47,000. And that's what happened to Darren Barnwell, who was tasked with transporting a whole lot of cocaine from point A to point B in Ireland. And he was doing a great job at it until he got off the train and realized he didn't have the coke with him. So he got frantic, not knowing what to do, so he called who everyone calls when you lose something, St. Christopher, the patron saint of lost causes.
Yes.
But St. Christopher was...
I thought it was St.
it's
Anthony.
St. Anthony.
Yeah, St. Anthony.
Look,
St. Christopher's to sell your house.
Yeah.
And I was testing you
And the
all.
patron saint of travelers.
I was testing every one
St.
of
Anthony,
you.
St. Anthony, please come around. Something is lost and can't be found.
I was testing every one of you passed, okay? But St. Anthony wasn't...
Do you even know Catholic school?
I only went there for 13 years. St. Anthony wasn't taking his call, as he later was unwilling to help Barnwell out because...
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Absolutely. So, without St. Anthony, Barnwell turned to the other people you call.
What's that?
The police. He reported he lost a package on the train and gave his current whereabouts, but then after making the call realized, I left it in the store, and sure enough, he was reunited with the nose candy. But the cops still showed up anyway, and Barnwell excitedly let them see what the package was, and they excitedly arrested him with possession and attempt to traffic.
Wow.
Idiot. Oh, what a loser.
So Barnwell didn't actually do any time, however, because he had a clean record, so he got, probation. But Barnwell has turned his life around and is now doing sports updates at a local radio station. He also changed his name.
See how you tie it together. All right, what else you got?
Birthday today, former Philly great Arthur Rhodes.
Arthur Rhodes.
Oh, my God. I forgot.
Yeah, you
He
did.
spent some time in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think the
Right?
majority. Arthur Rhodes was Baltimore, Phillies, and then Seattle.
Cleveland.
Or no, he got
Cleveland.
from Seattle.
He was traded for Jason Michaels from Cleveland. So Jason Michaels went to Cleveland. We got Arthur Rhodes.
Wow.
And then he got in a fight with Corey Lytle because Lytle liked ice cream,
That's
apparently.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, Arthur Rhodes.
Do you even know Arthur Rhodes, bro? And then finally, a great Brian Colangelo move. Former #1 pick Andrea Bargnani's birthday is today. A move like that landed him the Sixers gig.
Oh, my goodness.
It wasn't a good birthday day.
Yeah, no,
today,
it's not.
Today in history, in 1950, Branch Rickey resigned as president of the Dodgers. He'd go on to become president of the Pirates, make the best Rule 5 pick of all time. Anyone know it?
Roberto Clemente?
Roberto Clemente is
Boom.
correct. In 1982, Steve Carlton became the first pitcher to win 4 Cy Young Awards.
Wow, that's pretty good.
He did it with the Phillies, by the
He's
way.
pretty good at pitching.
He was a left-hander.
Yeah.
He was 30.
What's
Yeah.
my favorite all-time stats?
He had a really good slider.
27 wins in a 54-win season.
Yeah, it was
He had
pretty
half
good.
the wins, whatever it was. Yeah.
I think Rick Wise won like the MVP for the Phillies the year he got traded, and the owner of the Phillies told his wife, "We're never trading this guy." And then
nice.
Steve Carlton came up. All right, in 1998, local boy Mike Piazza signed what was then the most lucrative contract in Major League history with the Mets. You ready for these numbers? 7 years, $91 million.
wow. Free.
That's $13 million a year.
Wow, so I feel bad for him.
I know. He's broke.
Yeah.
And then in 2008, Heavy B went deep.
The 2-1 is hit well into left. How about Blanton going deep?
Sommelier Joe Blanton.
I was wearing my Joe Blanton jersey at that moment.
Very nice.
Good times. And then in 2017, the Yankees fired Joe Girardi, which paved the way for him to become manager of the Phillies last season.
And here we are.
And that...
What? There's a big one.
What is it?
1881, Pat.
Wow.
Come on, Pat.
That was a good year.
Come on, Pat.
I think I might. But go ahead. Yeah.
No, see if you can guess it.
Susan B. Anthony?
No.
Oh.
Took place in Tombstone, Arizona.
Doc Holliday?
A little event called the OK Corral.
Oh, Patrick.
Which was chronicled in
What's
one of the greatest movies ever, Wyatt Earp.
Yes.
Tombstone.
No,
Tombstone,
I don't
correct.
think you know
Tombstone.
which one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Take
there.
the loss.
Thank you.
And that is all it takes.
Thank you very much.
Mark Farzetta with Bob Cooney and Jamie Lynch. Mornings on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.